Hello, I'm a BX Toycat and welcome back to another Secret Features video. These are videos I make on my channel every single time an update comes out for Minecraft on the console, to let you know about all of the features that were included in the update but that weren't on the official changelog. The reason these are secret features is because there's no way to know about them besides discovering in the game or watching these videos like I hope you'll do today. If you do all enjoy it, like the video, let me know because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do like this episode, which is focusing on combat changes, because although this was the combat update originally, or it's based on the combat update, the new combat is deliberately missing from the console in a very interesting way. However, a lot of the changes that came along with it have been put in this update, but they were put in as secret features for reasons that I think is rather interesting, but it's worth knowing about if you play Battle or if you just want to know about all the features in this update. So with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start with the first one here, which is one we saw from a screenshot but still wasn't probably mentioned, and it is the ability to fire arrows just with the arrow itself rather than with the bow. This is actually a console exclusive as far as I'm aware, because as you can see, we've got potion of regeneration arrow, an arrow of regeneration right here, and we can actually fire this using a thing like that. And the interesting thing about the way you fire this is the arrow is actually based on the closest bow rather than the bow being based on the closest arrow, the way it works on PC. I mean, it does work that way here, but yeah, basically this means that if you want to fire a, fire bow, you can actually do so using, your arrow, and because the bow itself won't have the, enchantment on it, even because it just uses a generic bow, thing right there, you can actually fire an enchanted bow while looking like you're firing a normal one. It's a very tiny thing you can do, but it is a weird little, almost glitch, but also feature in this update, the ability to fire using the arrow in Minecraft. Speaking of, arrow secret features, we've got one to do with the bow here, which is that when you pull the bow back, as you're going to see right here, it actually gives the bow a different animation in your hotbar. You're going to see you get 3 distinct steps. There's the, there's all the way out, then there's all the way in, and then there's one in between. The reason for this is to let you know exactly how much damage you're going to do when the bow is actually fired, because the bow has 3 sets of damages it does. There's like, the least amount of damage, there's the most amount of damage at long range, and then there's the medium amount of damage. And if you want to know exactly how much damage you're doing, you can see by the, animation that's going on right there. So again, you have to watch it really quickly, but you can see how there's like, when you fire an arrow like this, it does very little damage. When you fire an arrow like this, it does, a medium amount of damage. And when you fire an arrow like this, it does the most. So that's the simplest way of putting it, but now you've got an animation in your hotbar, so you can focus on that if it helps you work out how you want to fire an arrow. So yeah, the second bow-based secret feature, which I think is pretty cool also. The third one is actually to do with the Enchanted Golden Apple. So unlike most predictions where they were going to remove it, because again, they removed it on the PC 1.9, I guess they figured because they didn't remove, they didn't add the new combat, they didn't need to nerf the Golden Apple or something like that, and therefore as a result, the Enchanted Golden Apple hasn't been, removed, which isn't the secret feature by itself, but just so you can see this exists, here you can see there's the Golden Apple, and here's me crafting one using the gold blocks around it. So Enchanted Golden Apple, however, they did buff it like they did on the PC to make up the fact that, you can't create them anymore, which means now we have super powerful Enchanted Golden Apples that give you 8 extra additional hearts and give you a bunch of other effects, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, they buffed Enchanted Golden Apples and didn't remove the recipe in a, again, it's like a weird console exclusive, combination of features, which I think is rather intriguing. Like the fourth feature here, which is to do with skeletons. So you might not have seen this, or you might have, depending on whether you've faced skeletons yet, but skeletons are a lot worse in this update, or a lot more terrifying, I should say, because when you run into them, so let's just go inside the brick block, when you run into them, they're going to actually, be scared of you, run away from you, and basically be a lot more aggressive and harder to kill. So as you can see, the skeleton really doesn't want to hit him, and yeah, also that's a really interesting thing by itself, but also they have a different animation for holding their bow. So we spawned just a few of them in right here. You can see they hold their bow very slightly differently, which I think is interesting. Also, you'll notice, you might have spotted it just there, when you attack any mob after this update, you'll actually know how much damage you're dealing. Again, kind of like in the combat update on the PC. Okay, let's get these two skeletons to attack each other. Kind of like a combat update on the PC, because as so much damage, because you actually get some hearts appearing from them, so they know that you're doing a lot of damage. So yeah, you get more hearts depending on the more damage you're doing, which is again a cool little change for this update. Moving on to the next secret feature here, it's actually to do with potions, because they did nerf the potions of strength. Again, another combat change that was made without the actually changed combat for some reason. Basically now potion of strength are a lot weaker, because let's be honest, strength even in survival was just so OP, so they've nerfed it now. Strength gives you either 3 attack damage with strength 1 or 6 attack damage with strength 2, which is roughly double when you've got a diamond sword, but if it's enchanted, it's a lot less than double. Basically, strength is really good for your fists now, so, if you're playing, battle mode, you can kill people with just your fist, and it's the most amazing weapon if you have a strength potion. However, the downside to that is it means that if you have a super powerful weapon, the buffs you had, like for instance, you could kill, a wither in a very short amount of time. You can do lots of, cool stuff like that. That is now a lot harder to do. So yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be, I guess, harder to kill in survival, but only if you relied on potions before, which was only very few people. So yeah, it's a weird kind of change, but it's one that's worth, mentioning right now, so you're aware of it. So with that said, let's move on to the next secret feature in this update, and it's kind of like 2 in 1, so it's kind of 8 combat secret changes, but this 7th one is, again, I'll show you what I mean by this, because they've changed the death messages and they've added a brand new one at the same time. So this is a hard one to get, so I'm gonna like literally try and like hurt myself till I'm like mostly dead to do it, because again, if you don't know what the death message I'm talking about is, basically you can now get a death message with the Elytra because you can take damage while doing that. So let's take some more damage just now. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take a little bit more damage. See, this is where a potion of harming or something will be useful as soon as we stop regenerating, because basically it's actually kind of hard to get because Elytras rarely kill you, but if you fly at high speed into something, so let's fly from here, just high speed into something, so as you can see, go right into this mushroom right here. You actually can die from the Elytra, and you get this brand new death message saying Toycat experienced kinetic energy. Or obviously it says your name. But I mean, it'd be nice if everyone said Toycat. But no, it says Toycat experienced kinetic energy. And wait a minute, that's a brand new death message screen, isn't it? Yep, they've taken the death message screen a little bit more like the PC one, and I really prefer this. I think it's a lot better. So brand new death message screen and a brand new death message to go alongside it. So yeah, that is 7 secret combat changes they have made in this update for Minecraft on the console in TU46. If you did enjoy the video, like and let me know because it helps out the channel. And now you do like the secret changes. Again, there's so many of them in this update, and I'm going to keep on uncovering them, so make sure you check out another video tomorrow, where I'll probably have some more, and subscribe, because I have made a whole bunch of videos today and yesterday, and you'll see those daily on your homepage if you do that, except not all the time, so make sure you go back and check. There's a link in the description to see all of my recent videos, in case you want to learn about infinite flying or boats or anything like that. Description's got you covered. Thank you very much for watching this one, and I guess I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.